heed my warning. If you're a male, you may want to click off of this. We're gonna get into some TMI. We're gonna really get down to some real period talk. Hi guys, it's Adria. Welcome back to my channel. A few months ago, a company called Lilova reached out to me, seeing if I wanted to give their period panties a try. Being the curious person that I was, I couldn't say no. Can I be honest with you guys for a second? I was really nervous to try these out. This was so far out of my comfort zone. I was just so used to pads and tampons. What were my fears? It feeling like I was just wetting myself, it leaking onto my pants. I was sort of afraid of cleaning it. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience with period panties, if I recommend them. Subscribe. Like up this video, let me know if you want to see more period related content. I know a lot of you guys really love my period horror story series, so if you guys want me to try out maybe some more period products, period cups, reusable pads, whatever, let me know what you would like to see. So when my period panties arrived, they actually got here the day my period ended. So I'm like, okay, I have to wait a whole nother month to do it. I really did want to try them for a few months to get a real authentic review. When I first took them out of the package, I thought they looked way too big because I don't know about you, but like my underwear is not bigger than my head. What? They actually fit perfectly. This pair that I have cost $32. When I tried them on, I was pleasantly surprised at how comfortable they are, and they're super breathable on the sides, which I really appreciated this detail in particular. It doesn't feel like you're just being suffocated. We all know periods can feel hot and uncomfortable as it is. This video is not sponsored. They just wanted a real, honest review from me, so I won't hold back. It'll be all TMI. I will give you the full rundown on period panties, so let's go. So first off, I had to wash them. They recommend washing them like delicates, cold water, and then letting them air dry. I would give yourself 24 hours to allow them to completely air dry. I will tell you that the first time you wear them, it feels very strange. It's the feeling of like, wait, I need to go to the bathroom and put a pad on, but then it's like, oh wait, no I don't. You get over that initial weird feeling. My first day testing them was my second day of my period. Here's where this is disgusting begins. This was probably the heaviest period I ever had. So I'm wearing these period panties. I'm like, la-di-di-di-da, this is so nice. They say that these should hold about as much as a tampon. And I don't know if you're one of those girls like me that has a heavy period. Sometimes an hour is like, okay, I need to go to the bathroom. Usually the first and second day of my period is kind of inconvenient. I was wearing these by themselves, no pad, no tampon. They were done in about an hour. Let's just put it this way. One day I woke up and my bathroom quickly looked like a scene from Dexter. No one has invented a period product strong enough for that yet. Also, like, that fact, it's like, oh, during your period you only lose up to like 16 tablespoons of blood. There's no way. So up until they had reached the max capacity, they felt dry. And I feel like that's a really important thing to note because I was afraid of like the wetness and I was afraid of like a diaper sort of feeling. So there are multiple layers in here. The top layer that is exposed to you will stay dry up until they have reached their limit. So then at a different point, I had paired them up with a pad, and I thought that this would be better because I was gonna leave the house and go to the grocery store. I was so lightheaded in the grocery store and my body was craving foods that were high in iron. I didn't even want chocolate. I was like losing too much blood. And then by the time we got home, I had leaked through the pad. And that was only maybe like a few hours of wear. I don't really blame the underwear for this happening though, because these pads didn't have wings. This is what happens when you leave your man to buy feminine things. You take a wing off a bird, it's useless. I don't know what happened on this period. I really do not. When you have a period that you remember, that's never good. And then I curl up on the floor and died and watched that 70s show for the rest of the day.
One pair of pants later.
So I'm wearing my Lilova period panties today. I'm going to the gym later. I'm excited to see how they feel. So I've been wearing them for about an hour now. So far so good. It doesn't feel like a pad because there's just like this diaper feeling of a pad that just feels awful. Ooh, ignore my messy bedroom. 10 out of 10 would recommend wearing these while working out. Felt very breathable, just what you need while you are at the gym. So then I had to wash them and let them dry. By the time they were dried, my period was so light that there wasn't really much else to test, so I waited for my next period. Then came the time to try to sleep in these. I am one of those crazy people that has white sheets. I don't recommend white sheets. Russian roulette. This was night number 2, and this was a bit of a lighter period. Anybody else have like a rotation of bad periods? Like one period will be fine, the next one's awful. I feel like that's what happens to me. When I woke up the next day, I was nervous. I was like, oh, it's gonna be blood. First night, sleeping in the panties. That sounded awful. I should probably go back to sleep. Last night was my first attempt at sleeping in the period panties, and I'm kind of curious to see what the damage is. Well, there's where my butt was, as you can tell. Huh, absolutely nothing. Okay, well, that's good. To my surprise, there was nothing on the bed. What are my full thoughts about Lilova period panties? I recommend them, but I have some buts. So stay tuned for the buts. And I sort of ignored this, but they do recommend pairing them with a tampon or pad anyway, and having these as just a backup. I can honestly say if I would have had these in high school or even middle school, I probably could have avoided a lot of accidents. Really does act as an extra shield, given your pads have wings. Yeah, I don't really know what happened with that. I was just a mess. Maybe you work long shifts, you aren't able to always get to a bathroom. Maybe you're going on a trip somewhere, or you're gonna be traveling. If you're gonna be slightly inconvenienced of going to the bathroom, I feel like this would be a good backup. After day 2 of my period is when I'm golden and I can just wear these and nothing else. It definitely does help you save on not wasting pads. When my period reaches a certain point, I'm like, I don't really want to waste a pad. These are also great for that. Could I use just these and nothing else? Probably not. But for what it's worth, I am pleasantly surprised with these, and I think that it was a better experience than I had anticipated. I thought it was just gonna be a bloodbath, which it kind of was, but I just so happen to be trying these out on my heaviest period of my entire life. Also, cleaning these out wasn't even gross. You know, I was so afraid for that part of it, and I think that's where a lot of girls sort of get iffy with reusable menstrual products. Ran them under some cold water, squeezed them out. It wasn't that big of a deal. In the moment of you doing it, it doesn't really even seem that gross. It seems like, oh, this is dirty, I have to clean it. It's kind of like when I see my mom picking up dog poop. She's way less grossed out about poop than I am, and I'm like, oh, that's because you had children, right? And it's not really as much blood as you'd... What the actual hell? Yeah, I mean, it's really not as much blood as you would even think. The rest, of course, will come out in your washing machine. So anyway, that was my review of the Lilova period panties. Highly recommend. Yeah, check them out. They also have like thong styles, which I was also interested in trying. So yeah, like I said, let me know if you guys would like to see me test out any other feminine hygiene products, sort of give an in-depth, leave out no details sort of review. I would be happy to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to like it up. Yeah, how have you guys all been doing? I'm going to Florida soon. Kind of nervous about that. I don't really know what like the airports and stuff are gonna be like. But anyway, I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs, love you guys.